Greetings, students. This is your instructor, Timothy Lampley, for Paraclete Academy's Essential Mathematics, Level 10. This is a Foundations in Mathematics course. Starting with the very basics, there are no prerequisites for this class, so we're starting right at ground level and building our math knowledge up. It's both a pleasure and a privilege to be your instructor. I look forward to working with you and seeing you grow, seeing your math skills develop. Okay, so other than that, what I would like to do is just take a quick moment to give you a cook's tour, as it were, of the Canvas Learning Management System, or at least this course within the Canvas Learning Management System. So this is within Student View, so as a student, this would be what you would see as the home page. And you can see down here, you are currently logged into Student View. That way you're seeing it as you would a student. So let's go over the lay of the land. On the far left is this gray bar. For some of you it'll be red. This one it's gray. And this is called the Global Navigation menu. So this is the overall menu that you would use to navigate through your Canvas course. From here you would click on Account. And in clicking on Account, you would see once again, this is the student view, so that's why you see Test Student. You would see your icon or your profile picture here if you added one. The name on the account, which would be your name. And then, of course, you have notifications and your profile from here. You could click here to log out, but we won't do that. To get out of that menu, you click on the X in the upper right-hand corner, as I did. The next button is Dashboard. If you click on your dashboard, you would see whatever courses that you had enrolled in right now. It says access denied. You cannot view this functionality in Student View. However, as a student, if you clicked on Dashboard, you would see your courses that are available. If you clicked on Courses, and we probably will see the same prompt at this point, but we'll wait and see what happens here. You have a menu that opens up for this, and then all the courses that you would be enrolled in would be, or all of the courses, excuse me, that you have starred or that you have favorited would be in this list here. What you can do is click on All Courses, and All Courses would take you to all the courses that you've had. So what I mean when I say that is that if you have future enrollments that are coming up, they would be right here. Your current enrollments would be in the middle, and then toward the bottom, and you may need to scroll based on the history of courses that you've taken, you would have a previous enrollment section in which you would pick those. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll come back here and we'll go to Calendar. So if you click on Calendar, so here is your course calendar. So from here in the upper right-hand corner, you would see the actual month and date, and then the particular day that it is, and then you have various calendars. So remember, I'm logged in as the test student, which is a tool that allows me to troubleshoot and make sure that I can see what you would see as a student. So here is the Essential Mathematics course, so this would be your general calendar. Okay, and then there's, of course, a calendar feed here. So you can go to today, you can go back in the calendar, you can go forward in the calendar. You can select your calendar by week. You can select, of course, your calendar, which is the default, by month. And then, of course, any sort of agendas or item plans that you have. If you have any new entries or new events, you would click on the plus. Okay. Then if we come down here to Inbox, once again, we're seeing access denied because it's in Student View. But the Canvas Inbox is the messaging system within Canvas, and it basically works like email, so that you could compose a message. You could send it, like, say, for an example, you're having an issue. Hey, I'm not able to, access a quiz or I'm not able to access the homework content that I'm supposed to download, you can click on Inbox, pardon me, in order to create a message, and we'll actually, it probably wouldn't hurt for me. I'm just going to go ahead and leave Student View, and I'll go to my own account just so you can see what that would look like. So here we can tell, you see my icon here, and then I'm still in Inbox. So from here, if I wanted, what I could do is I could, if you ever want to know what any of these icons are, you just take the mouse arrow and you hover over it. If it turns to a pointing finger, it means that it's a button that you could click on for something to happen. It's an executable. Okay, so you would want to hover over that, and then you see a little message down below that lets you know what that button is. Compose a new message. So from here, if I wanted to, I could click on this. I could select a course, and I could select this one for an example, so that the message is coming from this course. And I could take a look in my address book, if you will. I can look for students, and I see Peter Lampley as a student, and I can, or let's say I'm looking for teachers, and let's just say that I'm a student. So I would click on Timothy here. Let me just go ahead. If I add a person, an additional person that I didn't mean for that to be, I could just click on the bubble of the name, and then I see a blue X, a blue circled X. I click on that, and that'll delete the person. So let's say that I just wanted T.S. Lampley. So from here, I could put in having trouble locating assignment. Okay, and then from here, greetings, Mr. Lampley. This is Peter Lampley. I wanted to let you know that I am having issues looking at my quiz number 1, for an example. Please contact me at your earliest opportunity. Thank you, Peter Lampley. And then from here, if I had an attachment, I could add an attachment. Like if I want to add a screenshot of the error message that I was getting, I could click on the adding attachment and add that, so that I'm further helping the recipient of my message to better understand the problem that I'm having. If I wanted to record a video or add a video comment, I could do that as well. And then when I'm ready, I would send it. But since this is all practice, I'm going to cancel. Okay. So from here, and just to review, let's go back to the Canvas dashboard. So I'm clicking on dashboard. Since this is an actual account and not a test account, you'll see that I have various course cards here. The ones that are important or that matter are the Modern Biology course that I'm also instructing for my students at Paraclete Academy. And then, of course, this course that we're talking about, the Understanding Mathematics, or which is actually needs to be changed and upgraded to Essential Mathematics. Okay, so that course card should actually, there we go, should update. So now it has the correct title, Essential Mathematics Level 10. Okay, so just showing you under dashboard that you would see your courses that are available here. Anything that's coming up, you can view your calendar, or any assignments or anything that you have coming up, you would look here. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to select the course that I want to talk about, and we're doing that here. So even from Student View, and we'll go back to Student View so that we would be seeing the course exactly as you would. You're not seeing things that a faculty or that an instructor would see or a teacher would see. So we covered inbox. Now let's go to help. So this is a pretty important button. If you're in a situation where you need assistance, you can click on help, and then you have several different options. One would be for you to search the Canvas guides, which you could do. You could click on the Canvas guides. And what I like about this is that it's very, very convenient. I could just use the search bar, and let's say that I have a question with adding my profile picture. So I could just type in, how do I add a profile picture? So it searches, and then let's just say that I'm a student. And so I see, how do I add a profile picture in my user account as a student? So I click on this, because that's exactly what I'm looking for. And then Canvas has a guide that, as I read through, actually has pictures and leads me step by step what I need to do in order to add a picture. And then at the end, it shows me the picture. So you as a student, if you haven't already, will be able to add a profile picture to your account. And when I'm done with this, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to X out of this, and I'm back in my course. So from here, ask your instructor a question. So if you have a situation in which you need to ask me something, you would click on this, and then it would send me a Canvas message. You would type, so whatever question that you're having, you would select the course that you're in. You would type the message, and then click Send Message, and then it'll send a it'll send a message to my Canvas inbox, letting me know that you have a question that you need help. Okay, so let's go ahead and close out of this, but let's open it again. Okay, so if let's say you thought of an idea that you would improve Canvas's functionality to its students or to its clients, you can do that. If you think that Canvas has an actual problem, or you found a bug or a problem, you would click on Report a Problem, and then they would look at that. Okay, so that's the general navigation. So this is your global navigation. Then you have your course navigation menu, which is what this is. So from here you have the home page, which is this. This is where you start at. And then there's conferences available, your grade book or the grades, modules, and the syllabus. So you're always going to start with modules. So in this course, if you haven't already, what you're going to do is you're going to start, and it says here, we're in Chapter 1, Whole Numbers, and you can see here that it says Start Here First, Chapter 1 Prep Test. So from here, you're going to go ahead and you're going to start here. You're going to read this, you're going to click, you're going to follow the directions, and you're going to complete the prep test. So just so you know, and you're probably thinking, well, wait a second, no one's taught me anything. No, you haven't given me a lesson and you're already giving me a test. What's up with that? Don't worry. This is just to see where you're at before we get started. And if you'll notice, you'll look here and see that it says, this assignment does not count toward the final grade. It's just an initial test, just to see where you're at. There's no need to struggle, to stress out anything. Just take a look at it, read the directions, follow the directions, and take the test. Okay? And then you'll click here to submit the test. Okay, so just follow the directions. And then the way that you're going to navigate through this course is you'll start in modules. So let's go back to modules. You're going to start where it says Start Here. And the way you're going to go through the content is you're going to notice at the bottom, of the page, there's a Next button. And it's going to highlight a little box to show you what's coming up. So that's what this reading is right there. But you're going to click on Next. And then from here, you're going to be able to actually go through the course content. So, for example, what I did is I wrote a to-do date just to let you know that pops up on your that should pop up on your calendar to let you know it's time to be looking at these things. So section lessons will consist of 2 parts, a lecture and a text. So you can view the lecture, and there will be a link here to lead you to the lecture. And then from here, here's the textbook pages. So you don't have to actually have the book. The pages are here. If you want, you can print them out. And that may be a good idea for you to go ahead and print those out, but you don't have to. What you could do is you would just simply click on a page. And then from here, you can open it. And then here's the page. So you can actually go through the content, and you could print it if you want for your notes, and there's no problem with that at all. Or you can read through the lesson. And the lesson is broken into 4 pages, including the homework section. So from here, let's just go ahead and go back. And you can click all the way through to look at section 1. So this is, and you'll notice that it says B, like the first page, had PA Math-10, section 1.1, page A. This is page B, so this would be the second page. And you can see it, and you can read it, and you can work through the example. So you can see an example problem, and then the solution. And then you could work through it yourself. So those are things that you could certainly look at. I'll include that within the lecture so that you could certainly work on it on your own. And then within the lecture, I'll work through those examples in class or in the lecture. Okay, and then you would just continue through. Okay, so here you notice now that you have a next button to continue through, or a previous button. So for whatever reason you wanted to go back, you would just click previous, and you're back at the previous page that you were at. We'll move forward to next. Once you've looked at all the pages, so obviously the lesson here in written form is here, and then you have a visual representation of the lesson, which is called a lecture, and this will be highlighted for you as a link, and you'll be able to view the lecture. Okay, so from here, you'll click next, and the way that you're going to navigate through this course is like this. So from here, you're going to look and see the exercises. You see over here is the due date. So the due date is Friday by 11:59 p.m. Now, I know that you're not going to be working until 11:59 p.m. I know that you need your rest. You have other courses that are going on. But just for the sake of the system, okay, for the sake of the system, the window, the due date window will be from Monday, because if you look here, it says homework assignments are assigned the first day of the school week, Monday, and are due on the 5th day of the school week, which is Friday. So your school week will always be Monday to Friday. Monday is when assignments are assigned, and when homework is assigned, and Friday is always when they'll be due. Okay, so you can always rest and rely on that. So from here, you have your due date, so don't let the 11:59 throw you off. Now, that does not mean that you can forget or not do the assignment Friday or turn it in Friday and to wait till Saturday. That is not what this means. If you'll read this here, it'll tell you that assignments are always made available to the student on Monday and are due Friday. So whatever your end of day looks like on Friday for your classes, that's when it's due. Before you stop doing your schoolwork or retire from doing your schoolwork for the weekend, to be ready for your weekend, you will have to have your math assignments turned in. If you have any questions about that whatsoever, do not hesitate to reach out to me either via Canvas inbox or you can text me. Okay? So here you also see the points that are available, how it's to be submitted, a file upload, and that it's available so the assignment is made available to you October 28th at 12 a.m. So early this morning it was made available, but it'll be due to be turned in Friday by 11:59 p.m. or as you would consider the end of that day. So it's due Friday before school is done. Okay? And so you'll look through here and just see your homework assignments. There's a message. Here's exactly, specifically, what your homework is. To see the homework pages, you would click on this to see the homework pages. So for an example, if you clicked on exercises, and then you could click here. So you don't need the book. You have it available here. I'm putting everything available for you in your Canvas course. So here it's magnified. It's large enough for you to see and read. And then you will go through the homework assignment. You'll use the formatting that you've been taught to format your homework assignment, and you'll complete that work. Okay, so I'm going to come up here. I'm going to click the X to get out of that. Also, I've created a rubric for you, okay? So each assignment has a rubric, and a rubric is basically it's a list that shows you what you need to do to get the best score. So there's 3 criteria. So there's clarity, and it's like, well, clarity, what does that mean, Mr. Lampley? All you have to do is read it. This tells you what clarity means. And then if you want to get full credit, and obviously you want to do the very best that you can, but well, what does it look like to get full credit? This is the description of what full credit looks like. That's what a rubric is for, and how many points you could expect to get full credit. Now, here's partial credit. So partial credit says, well, he did this right, but this part needs improvement. So partial credit will get you part of the points. Maximum points is 5. Okay, and then, the middle of the road would be 2 points. And then here is 0 points and no credit. And this tells, well, what does that look like? And you read the description right here. Okay, so if you get 5 points, you'll know why you got 5 points. If you get 2 points, you'll know why you got 2 points. And if you didn't get any points, you'll know why. You won't, well, that's not fair, you didn't tell me. No, you look at the rubric, and the rubric's right there for you. Okay, so this shows you how you can score the maximum points for the assignment. The total points is 15, and this shows you exactly what you need to do to score all the points. Okay, or if you didn't do everything that you were supposed to do, this will explain to you why. Okay, so I just wanted to give that information to you. We'll go back to previous. Okay, so from here, let's just go back to module. This is your first week in math. Okay, so from here, I want you to go ahead and I want you to start here and do the prep test. That actually should have been done today, but I understand that you had a really, really big start for your school, and I get that. So make sure that you do your prep test first, and then come through and do the other assignments. Knowing, and if you look here, you'll see that section 1 was open for you today, and you'll look at your homework here, and you'll see that it's due November 1st, and the total on it is 15 points. Okay. Syllabus is still under development, but you can still take a look at the syllabus, and you can see the date and when it's due. Okay. Date, the assignments, when they're due. Date, assignment, when it's due. Okay. So I hope that this gives you a good sort of crash course, excuse the pun, for how to use Canvas and what you need to do to use it. If you have any questions whatsoever, any questions, click on Inbox and send me a Canvas message. Okay? You can also text me, but texts are for quick messages. So you're not going to write a paragraph in a text. You're just going to shoot me, hey, where do I find this? It's just going to be a quick sentence. Okay? That's what texting is for, or something that's immediate, right? But if you click on Inbox, that way you can give me more detail if it's going to involve a lot of words. Okay, if it's going to involve more than a sentence, you need to send an inbox. If it's something that's just quick, send me a text. Okay, so I hope that this Canvas orientation is helpful to you. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And I really look forward to having a super school year with you. Have a good one.